What's up everybody, I'm Raph and this is Petunia and you're watching Red Ribbon Reptiles. Recently we made a video about Petunia and her health issues and now you can go watch that video right here. But today we're gonna just kind of update you guys on how she's doing, if she's doing any better, what has changed. And so if you like that video, or if you like reptiles in general, this is the channel for you, so go ahead and like and subscribe. And that's it, we're gonna run the intro. So the first order of business that we'll discuss is Petunia's mite problem that she had. As we said in the last video, we were just doing Dawn dish soap soaks to kind of make her skin more slippery and get those mites to come out and kind of suffocate them and drown them as well. And doing that plus putting coconut oil on her to suffocate them afterwards, it worked like a charm. No more mites. She's a white and pink snake, so they're easy to see. And we haven't seen any in a while, so victory number one. And Petunia really didn't like those baths, but we're really happy that she put up with them enough because she's definitely showing signs of improvement. So don't worry, little girl, they weren't all for nothing. And another problem that seems to have resolved is her scale issues. She had some scales that just had some damage on her. Could have been just from dirty substrate or whatever it was from really, but her scales are starting to look a lot better now as she shed a couple times for us. There's something on the scale here. Okay, it flaked off. Yeah, her scales are looking really good. And those scale problems should get better and better with each shed as she gives herself a new layer of skin. So, victory number two. Another issue was this sort of abscess that she had in her mouth. She wasn't really able to hold her mouth closed very well. It was like the right bottom side would just kind of hang open, and that seems to have resolved itself too. All we did was treat it with a watered down chlorhexidine solution. It's just, you know, to sanitize and kill any bacteria that could have been in there causing her problems, and it looks like that's gone away too. Another issue that Miss Petunia was dealing with is that she was pretty underweight. Hognoses in general aren't huge snakes, Western hognose anyway, but she was presumed to be a male, and when I saw her, I was like, oh, well, looks pretty big for a male, but kind of skinny to be a female. So as we did some more research and got our facts right, turns out she is a female, so she should be a bit bigger than this. So she was about 150 grams in our last video, but today, as you can see right here, she is up to about 183 and a half. And this is a result of us feeding her an appropriately sized mouse every 5 days for a short period of time, and she's back to a week now because we don't want to overstuff her or, do anything crazy like that, get her metabolism all out of whack. But we did want to get some extra nutrients in there so for a couple weeks we were making sure to feed every 5 days just to kind of boost that size a little bit, and it's been going well. And she's definitely still got room to grow, but she's looking a lot better, right, Petunia? And honestly, she's very fun to feed as well. You can see that right here. We're gonna post the Halloween feeding video where Petunia had herself quite a day jumping out of the enclosure at a mouse. So if you want to see that, go take a look. As far as general lifestyle goes and living conditions, we had her on paper towel while we were dealing with all these problems, just to make sure it stayed clean. Every time we saw poop, we'd change out all the paper towel and make sure she wasn't dealing with any unnecessary bacteria that she could have been dealing with. And, that seemed to work out great, but Petunia loves to dig. That's what that little shovel nose is for. She uses it like a little shovel, and that's what hognoses do as they search for amphibians and things like that. Here she goes, she's trying. So now Petunia is very happy to announce that she's back on a sandy soil type substrate, which is where these guys will be found in the wild. This is a species native to the United States in the Plains region. They're known as Western hognose snakes, but a lot of people also call them Plains hognose snakes for that reason. So you'll find them in the Midwest kind of area of the United States. And yeah, really cool species. And it's, you know, it's good to see her dig too, because what we like to do is try to encourage natural behaviors and treat these animals as if they're in a small section of the wild as opposed to just random enclosure. So, you know, as we get better at that, we like to see that they use it and, you know, maybe even enjoy it. So really that wraps up today's video, guys. It's a shorter one, but we're glad it's a shorter one because all we really had to do was mention the problems that Petunia used to have and say that she doesn't have them anymore. So that's great to see, of course. You know, also a hectic couple weeks coming up with Thanksgiving coming up like that. So, you know, it's going to be a few shorter videos here in the near future, but that's okay too. I mean, like I said, we kind of covered it all because she's doing a lot better. I really could have just said that. Hognoses are one of those species that I really wanted to work with for a while, and she's a beautiful one, and she was a mistreated one, so we're really happy to see her getting better and all that. If you're glad that Petunia's doing better and getting healthy, like and subscribe to our channel, and also turn on those post notifications so you see every time we post twice a week. So, and if you want her to be sickly again, then don't do anything. So it's up to you, really. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching another Red Ribbon Reptiles video, and we'll see you next time.